if a lot of Arsenal fans, right, were giving it to Xhaka, he's too slow, he's not very athletic, he's slow on the ball, he turns like a lorry, and you're excited about Mikel Merino, there is something wrong with you. That's just the fact. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but there's sudden excitement about the prospect of the links of Mikel Merino linking up with Mikel Arteta. Yeah, I've watched the player, the extended highlights. Not, I've not watched a full game, but from the extended highlights, I'm saying decent player at best. He's not a world beater. There's nothing really special. Decent passing range, could pass, nice spin on the ball. It had very slow in comparison to players playing the Premier League, because the Spanish La Liga, we know they allow you to dwell on the ball. I'll say 2 to 3 more seconds in comparison to the Premier League, where it's more aggressive, more full of speed and pace and athleticism. Mikel Moreno is not athletic. It's kind of a bit slow. Yes, he has the height. Yes, he has decent physicality in the Spanish La Liga. Let's not forget, coming to the Premier League is a different kettle of fish. So if you look at all those details, I don't think it's a sign Arsenal should be making. Now, that is not my call. That's not my judgment. It's judgment of the recruitment team in Edu, Arteta, Richard Garlick, and the other people, maybe Kroenke. Those are the ones that make the final calls. But from my own perspective, based on my own opinion, based on what I've seen, it's not a sign we should be making. My manners, before we continue, we have to do the needful. Please strike a like on the video. Very, very important. Subscribe here, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure your notification bell are turned on. So the excitement shown around this potential acquisition of Mikel Merino, I don't understand it. Maybe let's scratch that. You can understand it. It's just another new player, so let's get overly excited. Even though he might not fit the bill, it reminds me of the Amrabat deal to Man U, or the Casemiro deal. Players where they are almost at their twilight. You want to bring them to a league where it's quicker, it's more physical. These players are not used to the pace and the athleticism of the English Premiership, and they are coming at their twilight. I don't think they will fit in. I call the Casemiro deal as a disaster. Then people joked, laughed at me. People actually insulted me in the comment section. Who is laughing? Who is laughing last time? Who is now laughing last? It was just common sense. Casemiro has played the bulk of his career in Spain, which is a bit slower. You have time on the ball, then you want to bring him at 30 to the English Premiership where it's quicker. I'm not saying it's impossible for some players to adjust, but most players don't adjust that quickly. Look at Casemiro. He looks dead on his feet. Look at Amrabat. He played a decent game against Declan Rice in the River Conference League. Everyone was shouting he's better than Declan Rice. He played a decent game at the World Cup. We were shouting. Look at him at the Premier League. Mikel Merino is doing well at the Euros, but the Euro, we know international football is a bit slower than the English Premiership. So getting excited because it's called a good goal the other day and it's played decently. You have to put things in perspective and look at it on a broad spectrum to make an informed decision. I'm not saying he's a horrible player. I'm just saying with Mikel Merino fitting how we play, will he adjust to the physicality and the tempo of the Premier League? I highly doubt it. I'm not saying it's impossible. Don't misquote me. Don't miscomprehend what I'm saying. I'm just saying I highly doubt he will adjust to the physicality, to the pace of the Premier League, especially if a lot of Arsenal fans were complaining about the pace of Xhaka, the athleticism of Xhaka. For me, Mikel Merino is a task slower than Xhaka. So if you didn't like Xhaka until the last 2 years when he started playing under Mikel Arteta, you think you're going to like Mikel Merino? I don't think so. That's just my submission. I don't think so. So, as much as he's a decent player, I don't think this is the kind of profile Arteta or Arsenal should be doing going for. Now, let's not forget, I'm putting a disclaimer there. This is not the decision for is not for me to make. It's still the club's decision to make it right. If Arteta insists this is the kind of profile you want, which I doubt, just because he has Mikel in front of his name doesn't mean it's Arteta's cousin and they have to bring him. So is a tricky one. The tricky one for the levels we are trying to aspire to get to. Mikel Merino in the midfield alongside Declan Rice and Odegaard. I don't see it working. I'm not saying it will never work because it's not been tested, but I don't see it working. I don't see it working. Having decent passing range in Spain is not the same thing as having that same decent passing rate in England. We've seen example. I'll give you example of Amrabat from Italy. I'll give you example of Casemiro. We've seen example of Di Maria. If you play bulk of your game in Spain, coming to England at a particular age, like in your 29, 28, 30s, is hard or harder to readjust your body to the physicality and to the pace and the tempo of the English Premiership. The time is having on the ball at Real Sociedad, he's not having that time in England. Yes, he has won some draws in Euros and in Spain. I don't think those stats are going to be applicable in England because England have more physical players. So the fact that he won some draws, is physical in England doesn't mean he will cut it here. Sorry, in Spain, he called it in England. We've seen like of Skimaka struggle with the physicality and the tempo of the English league. We've seen players who were physically strong. Lukaku, as strong as Lukaku has been in Italy, right, came back to England, he struggled. So it just shows that England's league, the English league, is more elite. It is the best, in my personal opinion, in terms of competitive spirit, is more athletic, and is more demanding. And certain players will not just fit in. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm not trying to write off Mikel Merino's links. I'm just explaining the fact that looking at this player, watching him intentionally, trying to see how he will fit into the Arsenal team, how he will add something we're missing. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. So let's see how this links progresses. Will it actually turn into a concrete thing that where Arsenal will make an offer for him, or will it just fade off like some of the other links we've seen Arsenal linked to? Let's see in the coming days, coming weeks and months, whether there's something tangible in this Mikel Merino link. So in the comment section, some of you might have your disagreement regarding my opinion on Mikel Merino. Let me know why you think this could be a game changer for Arsenal, why it could be a good signing. Let me know, because from my perspective, I'm looking at it that it's not a sign we should be making. Physically, I don't think it will be good enough for the English league, let alone for Arsenal. Athletic wise, I don't think so. Technically, he's a good player, but in England, your technical ability is not will not be able to will not be able to showcase itself if you don't have the physical attribute to display it. Just Fabian is a technical player. He's struggling with the physicality of the league. So I don't think because you're technical enough, there's the level of technicality that can actually cover up for the lack of physicality. But I don't think Mikel Merino has that level. That's the level of like a Messi or Pablo Aimar, and for me, he's not of that level. So I don't see him cutting it in the English league. That's my personal opinion. Some of you disagree. Like I said, let me know why you think Mikel Merino will be a good signing if Arsenal decide to push the boat out for Mikel Merino, which I do not subscribe to. On your way out, be kind enough to strike the like button. Very, very important. Strike a like on the video. Subscribe. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell one more time. For those at the back, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.